Hi, I'm Amy. Welcome to the video. Hey guys, today's video is going to be all about my October favorites. Can you believe we have reached the end of the month again? Today I have some makeup, some skincare things, some self-care items, some home items, and some TV shows. And I'm gonna do it in that order, I think. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then just keep watching. The first thing I have here is actually an old favorite, but it has regained its status as a favorite. It has confirmed its status. That is the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation. I love this. I loved it when I had oily skin. I love it now. I think this is like the best high-end foundation probably that I've ever tried. I have tried their Radiant Longwear one that comes in the longer, skinnier tube. I hated that. I hated that on my face. I bought it, I tried it on the day that I bought it, and I returned it the next day. Absolutely not. But this one, so good. It's like a satin matte, full coverage. Well, okay, high medium coverage. I wouldn't go as far to call it full coverage, but this is like the most glam foundation that I have that I like on my face. So really love this. If you haven't tried a NARS foundation, this one would be my recommendation. And then the Alma Beauty concealer. This one was like, I was really excited for the foundation, but I bought the concealer because I knew people liked it. So I was like, I'll just get both of them. The foundation, if you saw that wear test, if you didn't, I will put it here. But it didn't blow me away. I was having some skin issues at that time. So I think that was most of the problem, but otherwise, like I still it didn't do anything amazing for me. I am gonna try it again, you know, but the concealer, I love this. This is an excellent like foundation, like super great all over the face, super good under the eyes, as I show in that video as well. It's not like as full coverage as what I'm used to or as what I want, but I can kind of get what I want out of it. And I really like the way that it looks on my face. And then this next makeup product here is the Tower 28 blush in Magic Hour. I tried this in a trying new makeup video, I believe, and I will link it here. Look at this color. It is the most beautiful, like neutral. It has some orange to it, some red to it, some pink and mauve to it, but it's like, ooh, it's so good. This looks like probably my lip color, like if I didn't have lipstick on. I really love this. The formula is beautiful. They definitely need to expand this shade range. I think right now they have 3 and this one's like the lightest one, but I would love to see this full range. This is a beautiful formula. It literally just like sits on the skin, looks like skin. It's like hydrating and beautiful. I'm not wearing it today. I'm wearing a powder highlight today. But it looks beautiful. I just like to apply it with my sponge, and it's really great on days where like you were just gonna wear concealer and mascara, but then you were like, man, now I look too pale. You know what I mean? And you just put a little bit of this on. So good. All right, and then I have 2 eyeshadow palettes. This one I'm sure you saw coming. The Pure X Raw Beauty Christie palette. This palette is so good, you guys. I'm wearing it today with a mix of this other palette here, but it is so good. I've worn this like, I want to say like 5 or 6 times. I've only worn, from the colorful side, I've only worn the Garden State shade and the yellow shade, and then I've used the white shade as well. Also the center shade. So I haven't used like most of the most colorful shades, but I'll get there, okay? But I have used a bit of this. I've used this and this. This is an entire eye look. Today I'm wearing copper. Oh, nope, told you. Today I'm wearing a good mix of Camelot and Told You. And then the shimmers on my eyes here. Let me tell you about this palette, okay? Well, first of all, I love this. I'm so sorry that it is no longer available. I kind of wish I had picked up 2 of them or a second one in the second relaunch so that I could give one away, because it's just like, it's so good, guys. And I mean, like, I know some people had problems with the formula, but so far I've really liked the formula. So I don't know. I really, really like it. But for the shimmers, guys, this palette right here, I know I just posted a swatching everything I own from Pat McGrath, but on the day that I filmed that, I purchased this bad boy because it was the release date. This is the Mothership Mega, the Celestial Divinity palette, and there are so many beautiful shades in here. I'm obsessed. Today I am wearing this one right here, which is Bronze Nebula, and then I have that, which is Lunar Champagne kind of over it. So I put Bronze Nebula down first and then Lunar Champagne over it to brighten it up, to give it more of the color of my shirt. Now, you would say like, Amy, I have not seen you use this on your channel yet. Like, how can it be in your favorites? Let me tell you, I have created like 12 looks with this. I created like, I did a 5 looks, 1 palette, and ended up making like 6 or 7 looks. I still have to edit that. That's like a lot of footage that I have to go through, and I'm not sure if all 7 of them, I think it's 7, maybe 6, will be in that video. But I wanted to get my favorites up first because it's the end of the month already and I have a lot of editing to do with that one. But soon, very, very soon, you will see a video with me making multiple looks using just this palette. I did not dip out for any other mattes. I know a lot of people are kind of concerned with the fact that there are only 3 mattes, but I made a wide variety of looks using only those 3 mattes with these shimmers because the shimmers are just so vastly different. I love Pat McGrath. I don't know what you thought I wasn't gonna love this palette, but I do love this palette. I definitely think if you have been holding off and you do have enough money to splurge this season, this is your baby. If you're never gonna buy yourself another Pat McGrath palette, if you're like, that's too expensive, but I might buy myself one, okay? This is the one. If you are like dead set against Pat McGrath, okay, and you're like, her formula is not worth it, she is not worth it, I don't have the money like that, then you need to go to Sephora, and they have the little $14 ones. They're $28, but they're on sale for $14. Those ones will change your mind, but they also will not break the bank. So if you have $14 that you can spare, I would suggest that one. But those are my 2 suggestions. If you have never tried Pat McGrath and you would like to just get one thing that's Pat McGrath that like satiates you and you're not gonna need another Pat McGrath palette, this one. If you are highly against purchasing any makeup that is that expensive, but you are like, man, I kind of want to try it, people talk about it, is it worth the money? Get the $14 one. I highly, highly recommend it. And the last makeup item I have is actually this yellow eyeliner from LA Girl. It's the Shockwave Neon Eyeliner in Screamin'. And I bought a couple of these because I just don't have really that many eyeliners. I did buy the brown one and like a dark purple one. And then I obviously have black, but that's pretty much it. And since I love playing with eyeshadow, I was like, maybe I should get some colorful ones. So I picked up this yellow one and I'm wearing it today. I love it with fall looks, like with rusty tones on the eyes. I just think it looks so cool and I just really, really enjoy it. I thought this would be like something I would wear more in the summer, the yellow one. I thought maybe I would wear the green one in the winter. But man, I love this one for the summer. I mean, for the fall. It's so good. Okay, for skincare, I only have one like actual skincare item. It is the Ordinary plant-derived squalene oil, 100%. And I'm gonna try to show you how much I've used of it. And I mean, for an oil, that's kind of a lot. So after the Alma Beauty fiasco, where my skin was literally peeling off my face, I was like, okay, we're gonna ultra hydrate. We're gonna get the skin back to the beginning. So what I did was I purchased this. So every single morning and every single night after I would wash my face, I would put hyaluronic acid on, let it soak in, squalene oil on, let it sit in. And this doesn't fully soak in. So like if you have oily skin, you might have an issue with it. You might want to only use it at night kind of closer to rosehip oil, but it's not as thick as rosehip oil. To me, rosehip oil literally like sits on top of my face and creates like a barrier to help penetrate, help get all the other stuff to go into my skin. Whereas this one I feel like does go into my skin. I could definitely wear makeup over this, but if you had oily skin, I don't think that would work for you, but I think it would work for you overnight. And it's super good, super inexpensive. It's like, I don't know, like $5 or $6. And I really, really like it. It doesn't have too strong of a smell. I know the rosehip oil has a little bit more of a smell. If you have tried rosehip oil and it was too heavy for you, I recommend trying this squalene oil. And if you have dry skin, this is just another oil that is not going to cause acne, or at least it did not for me. And it's really, really good. It really helped me up my hydration throughout the day, since I feel like rosehip oil is too heavy for me during the day, unless I'm just like acting like it's a mask and just wearing it all day. This was something that I found that I could definitely wear underneath foundation. In fact, I'm wearing it today. I've put it on today as part of my skincare this morning before I put on foundation. So I highly recommend that. The last thing here that is in the skincare realm but is not skincare is these reusable cotton rounds. My friend M here on YouTube, I will link her channel down below, as well as her Instagram. She is not a beauty YouTuber, but she does lifestyle, health, fitness, things like that. And she's so sweet and so funny, and I really enjoy watching her. But she was looking for some reusable cotton rounds, so she didn't have to buy like disposable ones anymore. And I just wanted to put these in here because I've never put them into a video before, and I do love them. I use them every single time that I wear my makeup. So I have two styles. Both of these are from Amazon. I will have links for both of them below. So I have two kinds. So this one is kind of more similar to what a cotton round is like. It's like, I think it's 2 layers. Yeah, it's 2 layers, and they're just sewn together. It's about the size of a cotton round. And as you can see, it like, my mascara stains it, but it's fine. I don't care. I wash these. These are clean ones, by the way. I bought this style first, and it works really well. I like having this and putting some micellar water on it, and then just like lay it on my eye makeup and just give it a few minutes to like break down everything before wiping it away. But the other style that I have, which if you wear like a full face of makeup like me, I highly recommend this one. So this is a little bit bigger. So let me put it like up next to my hand. Like, it's pretty much bigger. And here's the other size. And this one has a pocket. So this one really helps. Like, I find that this is kind of hard to, so you have to like kind of like fold it behind your hand and like grab it to wipe things off, because it wants to, like, if you go this way, it will roll this way. You know what I mean? Like, but these ones are super great. I put the micellar water on them, put my little finger puppets in there, and then I can just like go around and really easily just get into all the nooks and cranny without worrying about it like coming off my fingers or falling off or being too difficult. I find these ones a little bit easier to use, but I do use both of them. I don't remember the like quantities that came in them, but I have 1 pack of these, 1 pack of these, and I throw them in the laundry every week or two when I do my whites. And both of them come with a laundry bag. So these are those. And like, they're not beautiful, but like, I don't care. They take off my makeup and I'm not throwing away extra stuff. So highly recommend those if you don't have any reusable cotton rounds. I have also used these for removing my nail polish too, and they work really, really well, but I would separate them because the nail polish doesn't wash out as easily as the makeup. Speaking of nail polish though, I have some nail recommendations. So first of all, Kathleen Lights Lacquer released their fall collection. I did not get the whole collection because I'm trying not to spend all my money, okay? But these two I could not live without. So we have Mia here. It is such a beautiful fall shade. It's like rusty and a little bit orange, but more pink, and it's like that mid-tone, that like saturated but dull, like it's not super vibrant. And I'm really, really excited to put this on. This will be, I'm calling it a favorite because I have tried quite a few kinds of their polish, and I love this color, so I can say yes to the formula and yes to the color. And then I also got the color Will Always Have Paris, which is this beautiful gold champagne shimmer, which is actually like, look how well they go together. I also picked up, while I was getting those two from the fall collection, this one in Nebula. Now when she released this collection, it's like 3 sparkly purples. This one like really caught my eye, but I was like, I hate paying for the shipping for one nail polish, so I waited until this, but like I have this one on right now because I felt like it was like good for Halloween, you know? And it's this beautiful pale lilac with this vibrant like blue reflect, and it's got like pink. So I really love these, and I love Kathleen's formula. So if these just aren't your vibe, but there are any other colors, I would still recommend them. So I got this beautiful little package right here. You can't see it, but it says Sundays. Sundays Studio on Instagram. They are a like actual nail salon, and they also sell nail polishes, nail polish remover, candles, things like that, self-care items. And I got this adorable little package here with a base coat, a color, and a top coat here. They have various base coats. This one is base number 3, and I really love this. I have worn, let me insert a picture of like the color of this nail polish and how it ended up looking. But this helped my nails so much, because normally when I wear nail polish, no matter what color, no matter what brand, no matter if it's a nail strengthener or not, I always have like, when I take the nail polish off, it's like dry and damaged and brittle and breaking apart. And I know my nails look super short, okay, but they're long. Like there's like space, you know what I mean? Which I don't normally have, because usually when I take my nail polish off, I end up having to trim them down to nothing because they're so dry and damaged. But this base coat is amazing at like really moisturizing your nail beds and protecting them from any drying agencies that are just naturally in nail polishes. But this color is really beautiful as well. It's like a super deep plum. This is the color I was wearing before I put this color on, and it's so beautiful and like so shiny. So shiny. It looks like patent leather on your nails. Like the polishes alone are super shiny, super fast drying. I was so surprised because it's like a deeper color. I was like, I'm for sure gonna mess this up. I'm for sure gonna mess up my nail afterwards and have a big gash in it. And I didn't. It dries so quickly. And then I used the top coat, and this one is top coat number 2. And this again made them so shiny. They did not peel, chip, anything like that for at least 10 or 11 days. I know most places would say 2 weeks. They probably say 2 weeks, but I type for a living. Like I'm type. I wash dishes, I cook, no gloves on, you know what I mean? So like I definitely put these through something. So like 10 days without a single chip is a really big deal for me. I really liked this top coat too. I really love how beautiful the little box is. Like I still have my nail polishes in it, you know what I mean? Like I normally wouldn't do that, but I mean it just so cute and just like lovely and feels really nice and feels really good. And it's, you know, the pandemic, so you just like have to do any little thing that feels good, you know, take, you know, your 30 minutes and do your nails. So I will have a link for this down below. I do have a coupon code with them for 10% off anything on the site. I just watched Kinky Sweat's video, and hers was like so nail polish heavy too. And I was like, I'm not really like, I don't consider myself really a nail polish person, but like something about the fall and the pandemic have like converged on this perfect, you know, we need self-care. We need to like take time for ourselves and really like nurture ourselves because the world ain't gonna do it. So on that note, I'd also like to call this favorite right here, which I have the world's worst neck and upper back. Okay, I have a very large chest. I know you don't ever get to see it because that's not what we're here for. Okay. And I also work at a desk, and I've also been editing videos a lot, and it hurts a lot. Like a lot. Okay. So, I bought this guy on Amazon, and it's an ice pack. I do have an ice pack, but I find like I have to like hold it, and then it's like really annoying. So this bad boy goes like this, and it like sits there, and it just feels great. You know what I mean? So I just like have really been loving this. It helps a lot. You know, switching back and forth between hot and cold. This one is an ice pack, but it can be used warm as well. But in order to warm it, you have to like boil water. So I'm like not gonna use this for heat. I have like one of those like, I don't know, like rice bag ones that I use in the microwave. And then another thing is I've seen so many people talk about these, and I have had my eye on them because I feel like I go through lighters a lot, and I finally got one. This is an electric lighter, and I obviously use this for candles. But what I really like about this one is because I was kind of nervous, like, okay, if it's electric, is it just gonna like turn on all the time, and then like in my drawer it's gonna like combust? But no, it has this on-off switch, so you can turn it off. So even if you push the button, it is completely off, so it can safely go in a drawer. So I've really been liking this, and I wanted to give you 2 TV show recommendations. I know this is like, for what they are, it's a little bit late, but I definitely think they are perfect for this time of year, this spooky time of year. I know people that are into spooky things, it's year round, so you'll enjoy these recommendations. And like, there's not actually a Halloween this year, so like we can make Halloween last as long as we want, and also like horror movies and TV shows go forever. Anyways, so these recommendations are the show Evil. Okay, it's a TV show. I don't remember if it's on Hulu or if it's on Netflix, but I'll put it here. And I love it. There was only 1 season. I'm hoping there will be a 2nd season, but it is about basically like a guy who is on his way to becoming a priest, works for the Vatican, and he like, you know how people submit and say like, I had a miracle, or I need an exorcism, and the Vatican has to approve it or not. So he is one of the up and coming priests that goes around to these miracles and these possessions and decides if they're real and if the church needs to do anything with them. So this guy is doing that job. And then there's a lady who's like a consultant for lawyers. I don't know if she's like a psychologist or something along those lines, but she consults for like a lot of cases. And she's usually there to determine if someone is insane or not, like if they can be tried as a sane human or not. But anyways, there's a case that brings them together, and then they start working together, and she super does not believe in anything religious, and he obviously does because he's going to be a priest or on his way or almost or something. But so the whole show is them like working together, and it's like, I am not into religion. It's more so like, oh, it has as much to do with religion as the show Lucifer does. You know what I mean? Like the stories are based there, you know, like it's loosely tied there, but it's like not a preachy situation at all. But it was like really, it was kind of like spooky in a Disney Channel kind of way. Although there are like some gross things that maybe kids shouldn't see. I don't remember what it was rated, but it wasn't even as dark as like Sabrina the Teenage Witch, the new one. It wasn't even that dark. It was really good. And I just feel like the way that it was filmed, like in the daylight where you can see all corners of the screen, you know what I mean? It made it a lot, it wasn't very scary. There were some gruesome parts, but it wasn't very like scary, but it was like interesting and fun and funny, and I really enjoyed it. So it's kind of like my lighthearted horror spooky TV show recommendation. And then this other one is like, a lot of people have seen it, and there are a lot of stands out there, and I understand. And the show is Hannibal, okay? wow, that show is so good. I finished it in like 4 days, and there's like 4 seasons. It has been over for like a couple years actually, but I've just never watched it or even heard anything really about it. Like, I know who Hannibal is, like the movie, but never thought anything more of it. And it's a really good show. One thing about this show though is that it shows you a lot. Like, it does not like talk a lot or narrate a lot. It shows you a lot. So it's definitely a show that you have to be watching and paying attention to pick up everything about it. But it's more of like a psychological thriller, horror, juicy. Like, it's one of those shows that after each episode you're like, oh my god, I think this is gonna happen. Do you think this is gonna happen? Oh my gosh, what happened here? You know what I mean? Whereas like Evil is like more sitcom-y, like it wraps itself up. Like it has a trailing situation, but it wraps itself up a little bit more clearly than Hannibal. Hannibal is more so if you like to be thinking while you're watching a TV show. If you like to be like invested and trying to understand. It gives me more of like The Haunting of Hill House. Okay? Like, you have to be paying attention and putting the little Easter eggs together and trying to investigate and things like that, you know? That makes sense. But I really, really enjoyed that, so I highly recommend that too if you are into spooky shows. Okay, that was a long one, but that is all that I have for you guys today. I promise, that's it. We're done. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!